Is this a safe space? I don't know if I'm the only one, but I think Izuru is one of the safest bets for not being the traitor. The one I'm side-eyeing the most is Ichi's little Kamunabi Yoda looking ass. The sus is strong in him. Before we take a look at that, I want to remind you guys to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I have a bunch of Kagurabachi content I want to make, and enjoy this one. Now, there's still a chance it could be someone else. I just personally have Ichi and the leader to be the top two. There's still a chance Azami could somehow be the traitor, albeit a very small chance. We just can't completely rule him out 100%, even though we have already seen his thoughts and actions in chapter 79. It would be weird for it to be Azami though at this point, right? I think Kudo has a higher chance of being the traitor. It would make more sense for Kudo to fake his death and come back than it would be for Azami to be the traitor. Let's not forget, it could still be Shiba, although I think this is unlikely. Just seeing how he is with Chihiro and his internal monologue about his regrets of not stopping Chihiro back then, on top of the consistency of his actions throughout the story, just makes me feel like he's safe now. All that's left is the rest of the Kamunabi, and we don't really care about any of the ones I haven't already mentioned. That doesn't mean we can rule them out, but I just think it's more likely the traitor would have some kind of characterization by now, which that points to my top two suspects I mentioned earlier, Ichi and the leader. Just being real, I think it's a bit too on the nose to be the leader. I want to remind everyone that it's called the Kamunabi Traitor, and this traitor just so happened to leak Kunishige's location. Our emotional investment is in Chihiro's story, which Kunishige was his father obviously. That doesn't necessarily mean the Kamunabi Traitor has to also have this strong connection to Kunishige. They just need to have some kind of connection to Kunishige that fits within the story and makes it logically sound. I'm sure we'd all much rather the Kamunabi Traitor to have some kind of deep connection to Kunishige, some kind of vendetta. That could be the case, or it could just be where a character that we already know will get fleshed out more and have their full character arc once they're revealed to be the traitor. As they say, let Hokuzono cook. For now, we'll continue with the theory of Kamunabi Yoda going to the dark side and being the traitor. The thing that swayed me probably more than anything was Hokuzono specifically drawing only 2 Kamunabi members at the treaty signing during the flashback in chapter 72. We know the Kamunabi was created during the war. It was originally the CSA, or Counter Sorcery Army. I think it's very possible the other Kamunabi members weren't higher ups back then, which is why Hokuzono only showed the 2 that he did. And I have no idea who this guy is. Either way, it might not matter that much who he is. We may just never get that information. Ichi also seems to be part of the group that aligned with Kunishige. He obviously knows how the enchanted blades work. He is one of 3 Kamunabi members needed for bio-authentication in order to undo the Magatsumi seal. So he knows how the Magatsumi seal works, which is valuable information. The leader of the Kamunabi does seem to trust him. It's not just the leader who trusts him. Think about how Samura went to visit him and him alone after Yura's visit. That's when we find out about the Eternal Contract through him. Interestingly enough, Ichi communicates with Shiba. He's also sent Shiba and Hiyuki away from headquarters during the breach. Remember though, this is the Kamunabi traitor. He's not necessarily the Kunishige traitor, even though he did betray him. Ichi might have his own conflict with the Kamunabi or the country. He might already be making his own move and doing it while still staying undercover this entire time. When the breach first starts and we find out that there's 7 attackers, we see Ichi say it's the remaining Hishaku force. But he can't be 100% sure that it was all 7 Hishaku members. So he might have said that no matter what, because if that is the case, he is sure Azami would be sent to face them. He probably doesn't think that they would be able to beat Hiyuki or Shiba even with the help of a Hishaku member. That's why he sent them off. And he actually went to go up to level 1 to help Azami fight, but in reality, he might jump him with the Samurai Hishaku, or maybe he gets there and the Samurai Hishaku is already lost to Azami, and then Ichi just sneaks him. During the chaos and all that, he may be able to do it and go back to his spot with the Kamunabi and being undercover, just saying that the Samurai Hishaku killed Azami and then he killed the Samurai Hishaku. Kinda like he got there too late. We know the other group that is attacking the Kamunabi inside the barrier is operating separate from the Pine Sorcerer. Ichi used his influence with training the strong to kind of create his own faction inside the Kamunabi, and that's where these people are from. It seems like everyone trusts him, so maybe he has enough pull to make that happen. We have one guy with transformation sorcery, and then we have this tall lanky chick that just speed blitzes those two dudes. They mentioned something about a quota. The quota, I think, is relating to them knowing which Kamunabi staff have the seeds planted in them. So what he does is he uses this group to go out and kill the people with the pine sorcery in them. That way the tree spreads and it just creates all kind of chaos. It'll make it easier for him to achieve his objective. What that objective is? That is a good question. Maybe he just wants to rule over Japan. Maybe he has his own ideas of what to do with the enchanted blade. Maybe he's connected to the royal family from Shikoku. He's been there for all the important events. He has all the pertinent information. The bio-authentication thing with the Magatsumi is crazy. We know that he was one of the ones that aligned with Kunishige. So it's just he has everything and all the parts needed to make this happen. In a sense, he's hiding in plain sight. And that's who I think the Kamunabi Traitor is. Who knows, maybe it's something crazy like a character that we haven't even met yet that actually has deep ties to like the royal family of Shikoku, or maybe even Kunishige and Chihiro. If you think it's somebody different, share with me below on why you think that. I'm the type of person to not take anything off the table. As long as there hasn't been 100% rock solid confirmation to save a character, then I at least leave the possibility open for it to be them. So don't hesitate to share your opinions in the comment section below. Make sure you like the video. Thanks for watching. Remember, stay normie, stay weeb. Shit even in between is fine. Until next time, peace.